So Corinne Gonzalez, 4128 West Clarendon Drive. Haney has been obstructing my housing mission since before even the purchase. Obviously, I'm aware that you guys was trying to purchase the church. And very interestingly, on February the 3rd, the seller emailed me and told me that Haney had called him to find out if the church was still for sale. And on February 4th, Haney wrote another legal opinion, supplementary zoning letter that he issued to me. So that's very interesting events happening right after the other. It kind of seems correlated. I just spent 5 hours at Dallas County Courthouse today because of Woo and the false charges and the wrongful arrest that he did. And I find it really unconscionable that you guys would allow that wrongful charge to be hanging over me potentially for 2 years. It's kind of vindictive for that. I'm not gonna describe names, but it's low. It's very low. And he obviously came to the church with the intention of arresting me that day, because a code enforcement officer doesn't show up in SWAT gear. He just wears a code enforcement shirt and he comes in to inspect plumbing, because that apparently is what he came to do, to inspect plumbing. So why is he coming in a bulletproof vest with 2 backups and handcuffs on him, like ready to just slap those on my wrist? Talking to you guys has been like beating my head against a brick wall. You guys don't respond to any emails. I've sent appeals to you. I've sent termination notices to you. You're not responding. And on May 5th, when I spoke to Haney and I said, take that stop work notice off of my door, he said, that's code enforcement stuff. He's in charge of Woo. So if he wanted it gone, he could have it gone the next day. He makes all sorts of things happen in this city that are not supposed to be happening. And he can't take a stop work notice off of my door? I mean, Carrera gets an $80,000 job with no request for bids, so he can make things happen. So anyway, Haney told me to go to court with it. So thank you, Haney, for giving me the idea. So I have a notice to give to you guys, and this is called a TTCA, Notice of Claim under the Texas Tort Claims Act. And to summarize it, it's going to be regarding Woo's trespass on my property multiple times, abuse of process, gross negligence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, intentional interfering with property and economic use. Just so you know, I still don't have water on at the church since May 9th because it was turned off after I was arrested, and I still haven't had water. And how do I get my water turned on? Because he's going to do another search warrant if I ask them to turn it on. And if I do it myself, I'll get fined $581. That's what Aida Orozco told me would happen if I operated the valve myself. So last month I got a fine. I got a bill of $99 for 5 gallons of water, which Haney refused to reassess. And right now I have no water. Damages claimed: a repeated unauthorized entry and use of force by officials, emotional distress, reputational harm, and physical detention, loss of use and interference with intenders' religious and residential operations, interruption of income-generating activities, and economic losses. Also, you guys should know that Haney has still not issued me a fire alarm permit that I handed in on April 26th. For 60 days, my fire alarm and emergency lights permit has been withheld, which means I can't get my CO. My sanctuary is ready for use, and I can't use it because of Haney. Okay, so the other claims for wrongful arrest are not ripe yet, but I'm going to reserve those for once the criminal cases are resolved in 2 years' time or whatever, how Woo wants to hang it up there. So let's see, I have 5 copies of these. Would you mind handing these out for me? So we're gonna give one to the mayor, we're gonna give one to Haney, and yeah, there's enough. It works out. Oh, that's it. I'm done now. So just gonna hand out this notice, and if you also wouldn't mind using the microphone, that would be